Now, for the latest update on the situation in Knysna, we cross live to our reporter, Mariska Botha. A very good morning to you, Mariska. Thank you so much for joining us. What is happening at the moment? Have the winds died down yet?
Yes, good morning to you, and we are coming to you with somewhat lifted spirits this morning. Things are looking much better. The wind has died down, and behind me you can see some of the firefighters that will go fight what's left of the fires this morning. But to tell us a little bit more about what's going on, we have Fire Chief Reinhard Geldenhuys, who's the incident commander here in Knysna. Good morning to you, Fire Chief Geldenhuys. We spoke for the first time last night at 6 o'clock. You took over. What did it look like last night when you took over?
Well, last night things were calming down slightly, but it was a lot worse than we are in today. Yesterday morning, this time, things were totally chaotic, and the weather was really not playing with us. This morning, a lot better. We had a lot of success during the night. We could finish up areas. We did burnouts. The teams did well. We managed to get our teams to rest during the night. Our aerial resources are online to go in. So, we always say hope is not a tactic or a strategy, but we hope today is the day that we can push this thing to the end. Not out, it's going to be mop-up for days to come still, but the risk to structure and property should be averted today.
Take us through what exactly will happen today. The gentlemen standing behind us, they are going onto the fire lines this morning. What will they be doing, for example?
Okay, these gentlemen specifically will go to the Sedgefield side. We've got a fire line there that we need to make sure that it can't go onto or march onto Sedgefield. That was contained during the burnout, and there's a lot of resources being placed above that line. So a big wide picture, everything north of the N2 needs to be contained by the end of today. So these guys with another 300, 400 other firefighters will be deployed on that line, backed up by aerial resources.
This is, of course, a massive effort, and we have firefighters coming from all over the country. How many people do you have under your command this morning?
Well, we're busy doing the tallies now, but we're looking at about 500 people that will be on the ground and in rest and so on. So let's work safely on a number of 500 firefighters.
One of the biggest headaches for you as incident commander, taking control of the situation, is the reports on social media. On Twitter, you hear reports, this is being evacuated, that is happening, and it's not always true. Talk to us a little bit about the role that social media plays.
Social media can play a good role or a bad role. My job as the incident commander is to coordinate the actions on the ground, and that's where we would like to focus. Unfortunately, nowadays, we also have to focus on combating social media, if I may call it that. So we're getting a lot of false report. Buffalo's Bay, for example, was evacuated 5 times yesterday. It was never evacuated once. And that creates panic. People being robbed on the N2, people running around with cans of petrol. It creates panic, it makes our job difficult. People are already worried, they're already exposed to trauma, and now this type of thing comes in. So we ask people to listen to the official channels like yourselves or the press releases we put out, and not to repost everything they see. Because people, last night, midnight, someone reposted, we're evacuating Brenton now. Brenton was done at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon already. So it is a good thing. We communicate through it, and we can communicate through it effectively, but people need to consider what they're posting.
Okay. And if you have a message for your guys today, the men and women fighting today, what would be the message to them?
Well, be safe always. Be safe on the line. But today is the day. They've rested, so today is the day. And I think that's the message. Let's go and get that thing out.
Wonderful. And that was, of course, Incident Commander here in Knysna, Reinhard Geldenhuys, telling us that they are, I think I can use the words cautiously optimistic, that they're going to tackle this fire and bring it to a close. And with that, it's back to you in the studio.